I'm going to talk to you about my frustration. Listen, I'm so frustrated. The worst part is I've been frustrated 2 nights in a row. Oh my God. Listen, I don't know if this happens to you, but for me, listen, when I'm home, I'm chilling, I want to eat something, I go to Uber Eats, order something, or my wife cooks something, eat, cool. Sometimes I leave the house and I'm like, oh, I want to go eat at Guilty, or I want to go eat at my Korean restaurant, or oh, I want to eat a pizza there or sushi there. I have a destination, I know what I'm going to eat, I'm fine. But sometimes I go out and I don't know what I want to eat. I'm just like, listen, let me go out and I'll figure it out. So I go, I walk, usually I take my headphones and I call somebody, I call Body Sadva or my cousin Ladisa or Lil Mauro or one of my 2 best friends, Marcy or Lumana. I mean, I call somebody that when we call each other, it's a minimum of an hour conversation, half an hour, whatever. So, they keep me company, or maybe I keep them company while they are at work. And I called Lil Mauro yesterday. And we were on the phone, we were talking about branding, etc. And he was like, so where you going to eat? And I was like, I don't know. But then I was like, I know exactly what I want to feel in my gustative palates. I was like, I know what I want to feel. And then I was like, I think I want to eat Korean. So I did a whole round of the neighborhood. Then at a point, I'm still talking to Mauro. So I'm walking, I walked maybe 1 kilometer or 2. And I get in front of the Korean restaurants. And they tell me that they full. So now I make a round of all the restaurants. And listen, there's so many restaurants in my neighborhood that if my mind was set on something and I don't have that something, then everything else is like, I'm watching everything and everything is good, but I don't want nothing. So after walking, I ended up going home frustrated because I really, didn't have what I wanted. So, I ordered some nice food from a place called Savage. Amazing Italian and burger and some churros, Saturday food. Was cool, but I was still frustrated. So today, go out again. I call Lil Mauro again. So maybe I should not call Lil Mauro when I'm hungry. I call Lil Mauro again, and I'm like, so we continue our conversation about branding, about industry, about, a lot of things. And he's like, so what you gonna eat today? And I'm like, you know what? I really feel like eating Chinese food. And I really feel like eating I really feel like having a particular taste in my mouth. I want to feel like the taste of sliced beef with pepper sauce. That's like, this is really what I wanted to feel in my mouth. So as I'm telling this to him, I'm 2 kilometers away from my house. And I'm like, And at a point, as I'm talking to him, I'm like, you know what? It's cold tonight. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna order what I want to eat from Uber Eats, so that by the time I arrive home, it will be there as well. And I start looking for what I want. And of course, that restaurant is closed. It was not even late. It was 9:30 p.m. But now I'm like, that's what I wanted to eat. So again, I arrive in the same restaurant strip in front of the water where I live. And I look at all these restaurants and I'm like, you know what? Nah, you know what? I really want to eat Chinese. So I go to Uber Eats and I see what Chinese food I could eat, or where I can find something that looks like what I want in another restaurant. And I'm like, you know what? Let me stop being complicated. I'm gonna pick the first Chinese restaurant that I see on Uber Eats, and I'm gonna order from there. And I look at the thing. There's a restaurant. I know where it is. I never been in. I'm like, you know what? Let me try this one. Order some chicken bao, gong bao, or something like that, and some rice noodle or noodle rice. I arrive home. Uber Eats arrived like 2-3 minutes after me. Got my food, turn on my TV, start watching the news. And from the package, I'm like, I don't know. And then, yeah. From eating, I could feel that it was not the high level Chinese restaurants that I'm used to and that I like going to, like the one I wanted to go to, Old House. But I could see it was one of those cheap ones. And yeah, I'm frustrated because it's been now 2 days that I'm trying to eat something that I want and I can't. So it's like, you know, it's like when you really want this girl, you know, like, or you really want this guy. Hi, Trish. You really want that person. And you're like, when I'm going to have that person, it's going to be amazing. And maybe one day you dance with that girl. You dance with her on the club and you do a nice zouk with the person. And you're like, oh my God. Like, you feel the body, you feel the way, the dance, the sensuality. And you're like, oh my God, this night's going to be crazy. And maybe, you know, she makes you wait for whatever reason because she believes it changed something. And then when you finally get onto the act, she's a starfish. It's horrible. It's a nightmare. It's like, you're like while you're doing it, you're like, what am I doing here? And you're like, you know, yeah, when it's over, you just, you know, you like, you talk, you like, you want to watch a movie, but all you want to do is call a cab and boot her out. But yeah, listen, I'm frustrated. And yeah, I feel when I want to eat, I feel it. But it's not there. So, I feel the frustration. Like, if I was a baby inside of a belly, I would have a big mark, a big birthmark. Oh my God, it's a nightmare. So yeah, so I drink water to forget my frustration. And the worst part, inside of my house, there's nothing that I feel like eating other than candies. Maybe candies. Maybe let me eat some candies to see if it eases my frustration.